What's happening, guys? This is Oni Music here. As you've seen in the past, you've seen my Blackwing build, you've also seen my X-Saber build. This time for Yu-Gi-Oh!, this is my Disaster Dragon build. And before I get into this, I want to give a huge shout out to two people. First of all, I want to give the deck's creator a shout out. He doesn't have many subscribers, which I think he should have more, because he actually pioneered the concept of this deck, and he actually is able to do quite well with it. His name is Richard Clark. He has two channels, and I'm going to put the links in the description box below, as well as somewhere floating on the screen. And the second person I want to give a shout out to is Amanda LaPalme, or DragonDuelistGirl on YouTube. I've actually never spoken with either of them in person or via messaging, but both of them, after watching their videos, have sort of inspired me to come back to dragons. As when I was a kid, when I was growing up, I felt really at home playing with dragons, and just being able to come back to a dragon deck that actually is able to hold its own against tier 1, I'm really happy with it. And what I'm also really happy is that dragons don't really get hit by the ban list, so playing dragons is a great way to dodge it, saves lots of money, and it's a really, really great deck all around. I'm just going to show you why. So the deck has 3 Red-Eyes Darkness Metal Dragons. This is pretty much the backbone of Disaster Dragon. This guy lets you special summon once per turn a dragon monster from your graveyard. Really, really awesome. 2800 beat stick. Can't go wrong. Next up, you got 2 Light and Darkness Dragons. Now, before I actually play them, I was actually trying out these Dark Horses, as you can see here, but really what these were for was just getting dumped into the graveyard and then you special summoning them via Red-Eyes' effect and keep poking for game, but these were just not as good as the Light and Darkness, so that's why I opted not to run them anymore. 1 Prime Material to negate destruction of your monsters, really great, it's a mini Stardust. 2 Dodger Dragons. Dodger Dragon's pretty awesome because it's like a trap stun for counter trap. So when this is normal summoned, which by the way can't be negated, you can bottomless it, you can torrential, whatever, but you cannot use like warning or anything. So once it's normal summoned, no counter traps from your opponent, so that leaves you to be able to do whatever you want. So it's pretty awesome. Run this at 2, 1900 beater, can't go wrong. 3 Red-Eyes Wyvern. This is just pretty much to banish, and then you just get your Red-Eyes on the field. Red-Eyes Darkness Metal, and it's great. I wouldn't run anything less than 3, actually, because you just want to have all that fodder. 1 Delta Flyer, really great. Add a level to the other Synchro Material monster. If you're going with a level 3, you can make it a 4, go into Ancient Fairy Black Rose Exploder. If you go into level 4, you can make a level 5, go into Scrap, Red Dragon Archfiend, Stardust, all of that great stuff. And next up, you got your Embers Blades of the deck, 3 Mass Dragons, really great. Lets you toolbox, lets you get whatever you need when it's destroyed. 1 Dreg Dragon, pretty much like a Dark Soul of the deck. Level 2 tuner, so if you want to tune right away to a level 8, just go with Prime Material and you got yourself a level 8. 1 Exploder Dragon, you just set this, let your opponent attack into it and destroy the attacking monsters, really great. A lot of people don't really see it coming. And finally, 2 Totem Dragons. I used to have 3, but I'm probably going to leave it at 2 because I have 2 Light and Darkness Dragons. And this pretty much acts as 2 tributes for a dragon type monster. It has a Treeborn effect, which can be used once per card, so it's pretty good. Gotta have it. At least 2, max 3, obviously. Next for the spells, we got Darkhold Staple, Giant Trunade, 2 Gold Sarks, because 1 target for Sark is definitely Trunade. The other target for Sark is Future Fusion, as you see here. Next up is Monster Reborn. Future Fusion to dump and get 5-headed if you can, but predominantly you just want the dump of monsters into the grave. 1 Book, Staple, 1 Burial. I thought this was a really good choice because since you're removing a lot of monsters, getting them back into the grave and, reloading is a really great idea. 2 MSTs, pretty much staple. And onto the traps. 2 D Prisons, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential, and here's where my build gets really weird. 2 Royal Decrees. And what Royal Decree does is it negates the effect of all other traps on the field, and it's pretty good. It can hurt you, but it hasn't hurt me yet because I've heard it. I've heard a lot of decks that I've played against, especially Samurai, when they couldn't do anything, and I was just just going crazy. So Royal Decree has really saved me, and yeah, this is my attack. If you guys want to run it, run it. If you don't, then whatever. Next up, 2 Dark Bribes. People like to say, oh, you know what, why don't you just go with, like, 7 tools for negation? And I just said, this stops Trunade, this stops Dark Hole, it's so good. I don't care if I give my opponent 1 card, it's too good. And, just one more thing, it takes Hansel Aguero to top nationals for people to understand that this is a good card. So, anyway. Solemn Judgment at 1, staple, and then finally 2 Solemn Warnings negate that summoning. Those are also staples. And finally, I'm just going to move on to my extra deck. Just going to move that off. 1 Armory Arm, 1 Cataster, 1 Librarian. I was going to get another, but I'm probably not going to because it's probably going to get hit. And, it's going to be a waste of $50 if I get another. 1 Brinac, 1 Iron Chain, which will soon be an Orange Dragon from Generation Force. 1 Ancient Fairy against GKs. Black Rose, Bomb the Field, Exploder Dragon Wing. Really good card. Colossal Fighter, Red Dragon Archerine, Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Trishula, gotta run that, Trident Dragion, and finally, 5-headed. So that is my Disaster Dragon deck. Tell me what you guys think. You guys might think I'm really nubby for all of you pro Yu-Gi tubers here, but you know what? I have fun with this deck. This deck does well. And yeah, so tell me what you guys think. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out. Sony Music. See you guys.